You people are stupid and I hate you. I don't really mean that. I mean, I really don't mean that to anyone in particular. But it's how I feel right now. Civil discourse died on the internet when Elon Musk bought Twitter. That statement is not true. What I just said is not true. But that moment in time on the internet, I think, is an important. I think it is an important moment on the internet, and certainly Twitter discourse has not improved. Although people talk about the golden age of Twitter as if it was ever a happy and healthy place to be. But the fact of the matter is that people leave dumb comments underneath videos. And not even that they leave dumb comments. I've always believed that nobody has to like me. You don't have to enjoy my work. None of that matters to me. That's totally fine, and that is your right. But people don't listen, I would say, is kind of like the key point as to why I am mean in the comment sections. So let me first of all give you some scenarios give you some examples to what I'm talking about. Yesterday, I made a video called "Hitting the Blinker for Breakfast," and it was just kind of me talking about how I'd seen some TikToks about people who were just talking about how they hit the blinker at 8:30 in the morning. That's just what they do. I did not intend any judgment in that video. I think if you watch it, I am just trying to speak matter-of-factly, because I don't care what people do. We all do our own things. We all have our own vices. I have vices. The point of the video wasn't judgmental. It was just me saying, hey, we have created a society in which people feel the need to hit the blinker at 8:30 in the morning. What I was trying to say, and what I was saying, was that, is that, like, people, like, feel the need to do that, because, like, we all, I was maybe trying to relate my own experience too, and a lot of the existential dread I feel, and I know that other people feel. And a lot of that existential dread is because of what is going on in the world. That is just a fact. Is that some people feel existential dread because of what is going on in the world. Some people, not everybody, but some people. And I made that full video and posted it, whatever. While I was at work today, this morning before I went to work, I clipped up a little piece of short form content and put it up as a YouTube short because I figured it would help my channel by doing the YouTube short thing, even though I don't really care. The thing about YouTube shorts, this is me giving you people grace first, is that you don't get the full context of what people are saying on YouTube shorts. At least with my videos, you kind of you hear about 10 seconds of what is a 10-minute rant. And so you don't get the full context, and I don't care that you don't get the full context. I'm just trying to reach people, whatever. It does not matter to me. But what it leads to people seeing what happens is people hear what you say, and they either interpret it completely wrong, or they make so many assumptions that they are arguing against someone who isn't real. Let me pull up some examples. So someone said, oh, bro thinks he's a philosopher, but people have been abusing drugs since the beginning of human history. So what he just said right there, that comment is unhelpful and unnecessary and adds nothing to the conversation, and in fact isn't even what I'm talking about. Yeah, no dip, people have been doing things since they've existed. That's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about the people who feel that existential dread. I'm talking about the people who, because of the conditions we have created in this world, feel that dread and feel the need to escape. Now, has that always existed? Sure, but there are things that humans have created that in 2025 that certainly don't help the existential dread. People don't have a lot of hope. That is some people's experience on this planet, and that's what I was talking about. So your comment saying that people have been doing drugs, I think YouTube might hurt my video. I don't know. YouTube monetization stuff is weird, and I only do this to make money. I do my poems because I'm an artist. This comment, it basically is useless. And so I responded with what an obvious thing to say. Just kind of being snarky. I wouldn't say I'm mean to people in the comments. I'm just really snarky and direct. Because if you're going to be direct with me, and you're going to say mean things, you're going to say stupid things, you're going to say obvious things, I am going to respond to you and tell you that you're being stupid or that you're not being helpful. This is me cutting in about 20 minutes after what you just saw me say, because the next 10 minutes of what was the video was basically me yelling incoherently, and it was pretty just not helpful. There was one other thing that this I'm gonna do it again though, and this is just gonna be what it is. His response, I told him what an obvious thing to say. His response was, "Yeah, it has nothing to do with society, Joker." Clocked me on the Joker part, right? No, people like idolize. I don't know. That's another conversation for another day. The new FT Signifier video actually talks a little bit about that, among a host of other very important things. But his response is wrong. You're wrong. Actually, you are completely wrong. It has nothing to do with society. I'm not talking about whatever you think I'm talking about in terms of society makes us go evil. Hey, we do know that, first of all, our external circumstances do impact who we are as human beings. You're stupid. But again, what I'm talking about is that there are people, because of the conditions in this world, whether it is the news cycle, whether it is people's rights being stripped from them, like there are legitimate things happening in the world that cause dread and make people feel the need to escape reality. That's what I'm talking about in the video. You're actually just not even close to being right. What's the thing that people need to realize is that we're not changing these people's minds. These people don't exist. These people aren't real. I'm not convinced people in my comment sections are real, and so it's easier for me to treat them poorly. I'm very much a people person, and we need to love each other until it's a person with a random picture for their profile in my comment section, in which case I'm going for your neck. Not really, obviously, but the people are so wrong, and it's never going to get through to them. And the most important part is that I'm pretty sure responding to comments helps boost my video in the algorithm, because now YouTube thinks, instead of me having one comment underneath the video, now I have two, because it's my reply. So if I didn't think commenting was going to help my videos at all, then I wouldn't do it. Or maybe I would just a little bit. But it's just people are dumb. And there's, quite frankly, nothing we can do about it. And I have no issue with fighting back with y'all, because you guys don't exist. Of course, there are the people like Alan and Mitch, and there are lots of you who comment, and I appreciate your support. So I'm obviously just talking about the people who kind of what happens is these are people who come across 10 seconds of what you said, and this is the only time they're ever going to see who you are. And so those people don't matter. Those people aren't real. There was someone else whose name I wanted to say, because in the other video, also Mitch is a guy or a gal. I don't know who you are, but they gave me $100 as a super thanks, and I want to say thank you. Right now, I only have received 50 of it, and I wonder if YouTube and if you paid through Apple, if they took the other 50 of it, in which case I will follow up with you on this. So thank you for the super thanks. That is very helpful. The comments just kind of frustrate me. I had another comment. I did a video a week ago where on Thanksgiving I just made a funny little video about how we should support corporations on capitalism. And what I ended up getting was one comment from somebody. It was 300 words talking about I remember the first part of the comment. He clocks me because he says something about me sitting in my parents' well-lit home. And I guess if he knew I was here, if it's because I was home at my parents' house because of the holidays, I guess if he saw this video, the lighting probably looks fine from this angle. But anyway, so he clocks me there, and I love it. If a comment makes fun of me, that's funny to me. There was a comment earlier, an hour ago, under the same YouTube short. Jedediah R1M said, "You kind of look like the physical embodiment of a blinker, to be honest." That's awesome. That's funny. That's true. I love those kind of videos. Someone else, and here's a good example, by the way. Someone commented saying, someone else under the same YouTube short comment said, "People since the beginning of time have been using drugs to get them through the day. People used to give their toddler a shot to make them fall asleep," laughing emoji. "That being said, I usually wait until noon or my off days before I rip the bong." Which is yeah, dude, live your life, man. That's awesome. Yeah, live your life. That's awesome. I don't have a problem with people doing drugs. particularly like mushrooms and weed, be careful with, but I think the drugs that are legal are fine, and I think if anyone is in jail for weed, like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And it's because people are racist, is the simple answer for a lot of folks. And now I've gotten myself distracted. Oh yeah, but that comment, like, was a laughing emoji, and look, what they said wasn't that helpful. Like, yes, you're true, and they do kind of don't understand it a little bit, but the laughing emoji, and just the tone, like, you can tell this isn't a person who is being incredibly self-serious. If you are self-serious and you are approaching these videos, they're just not going to be for you. So a comment like that doesn't even bother me, because it's like, okay, like, your heart's maybe in the right place. Although you have not added a single thing to the conversation. W.E.S. Kagel said, we live in a society where mommy and daddy buy their kids mics so they can have extremely unvalid opinions, which is funny. Like, that's fine. But the extremely unvalid opinions, what frustrates me about that is because in the YouTube short, I'm not giving an opinion. I'm not giving an opinion in the YouTube short. All I say is that we've created a society in which some people feel the need to hit the blinker at 8:30 in the morning. That's not really an opinion. And now you like, and so what you've just said is when people maybe, critique, or they like are mad at you, but in a way that doesn't make sense, or that they're not able to articulate their criticism. If you can articulate a criticism, love it. Love it. I'll eat that up. That's fine. But when I don't know what you're talking about and you're being rude, I'm going to reply to you. I said something like, I forget what I said. It doesn't really matter. And I think I was supposed to be talking about something else, but I distracted myself. I think I was trying to find other people in the comment section. Yeah, there was someone else who I wanted to give a shout out. And there's a lot of you. Mel's YouTube is someone who comments quite a lot. Meeks Elm, I see them here. My boy Tommy. Yeah. Did I finish the Thanksgiving thing I was talking about? I did not. That's what I was. Oh, I know someone watching this video is about to freak out because I didn't finish the Thanksgiving thing I was talking about. Oh my goodness. I would not have been mad if you left just the most vile comment underneath this video. But Thanksgiving, yeah, basically I was making a joke about capitalism, and he left this long response, basically mad at me, at one point they talk about how, like, boycotts aren't effective, which at what point am I talking about a boycott? What are you talking about? And then they start talking about how, like, do you want the federal government to own everything? It's just what happens is people have talking points. They have kind of memorized talking points that they've been fed, and will just kind of spew them all over my face. My dad got a text. He's complaining about the Cleveland Cavaliers basketball. I don't blame him. And now I'm distracted again. Wow. No, I just think that I think like hate comments aren't that big of a deal. Of course, I'll be honest with you, I don't really have any insecurities that I can think of, just because, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, that's kind of my approach. It's like, I'm not secure. I don't know. I have a girlfriend, so, like, people like me, and I have friends, so I don't know. And I have, I dealt with some anorexia at one point in my life. So I have, and maybe I will again in the future. My hairline, actually, I probably am a little bit insecure about that. Yeah. Actually, I am. So that's probably a good thing. So, like, I understand people who, like, there are people who legitimately get bullied, and whatnot. But there's a lot of people who leave hate comments, and they're just stupid. If people are leaving hate, like, people are dumb. So just tell them they're dumb. That's what I do. I will reply to you and tell you you're dumb. And honestly, sometimes I do get a little too frustrated with just how stupid people are. And so maybe I'll stop doing this soon, because this kind of has consumed my brain all day. Like the dumb comments. Yeah. There was something else I was gonna say. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but if you're gonna be mean in my comment section, I'm gonna be mean right back to you because you're not real. You don't matter. And also, I wish you well, and I hope you have a good life. I hope you figure it out.